my name is Lauren Nicole Fonvielle, and I am a certified EFT practitioner through EFT International. And today I'm going to be talking to you about what EFT is, how it works, why it works, and how it can really help you improve the connection with yourself, which is so important as an entrepreneur. So EFT stands for the Emotional Freedom Technique, and it's also referred to as tapping. It's a gentle process of tapping on certain points of the upper body while simultaneously acknowledging the emotions that you are feeling. And this is a process that can help with a wide variety of conditions ranging from anxiety and stress, overwhelm, fibromyalgia, insomnia, even PTSD. And it is something that I often compare to acupuncture because acupuncture is more widely known. So when you go to an acupuncturist, they are going to put needles in certain points on your body. And when we do EFT, we are tapping on those same points. And those points where the needles are put in and where we're tapping are the end points of the meridians. And the meridians are how energy moves through your body. And tapping on them or putting needles in them, like with acupuncture, it helps to get the flow of energy going again and remove any energetic blocks that are there. There's also a lot of science behind EFT as well. So when you are in a state of anxiety or frustration, when you're feeling really any sort of emotion truly intensely, then a message is getting sent to the amygdala in the brain, which is the alarm center of the brain. And the alarm center of the brain is there to protect you. So it's there for cases like if you see a bear and you're going to be attacked, all of a sudden all this cortisol starts pumping through your body so that you can either run or act big or be able to defend yourself. And that's great, it's part of our body for a reason. However, when you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed and it's sending that same message to your brain, putting you in that fight or flight mode, that is not helpful, and that is not healthy to be in that state for prolonged periods of time. So what EFT does, that when you tap on these points, it sends a message to the amygdala in the brain that you are not in fight or flight mode, and it actually reduces the amount of cortisol being pumped through your body, which in turn helps you to feel calmer, more relaxed, and more in control again. And it also can help you, relieve pain as well. So as an entrepreneur, you have likely felt stuck at some time in your business, and you have likely felt overwhelmed or limiting beliefs have crept in. And EFT is a wonderful tool to help you get back into connection with your true self. And that is what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm going to start by simply showing you what the points are, and then we're going to do a tapping exercise together. So to begin, we're going to start tapping on the side of the hand, the pinky side of the hand. You can choose either hand. I typically tap with my right because I am a righty, but whatever is most comfortable for you. And then we are going to move to the top of the head, right in the center of the head. The beginning of the eyebrows. So you can do one hand here or you can do two. Some people will tell me that they feel uneven if they don't do both of them. So just do what feels right for you. Side of the eyes. You don't want to be too close to the eyes that you make yourself blink. And I should say that if tapping on any of these points is painful or uncomfortable, you can skip that point. Under the eyes. Under the nose, on the chin crease, the collarbone. So with the collarbone, you have this little divot in your neck, and then you come down about an inch and over about an inch and a half. So you're on that fleshy part underneath the bone. And then under the arm, and you want to be, for women, the center of the bra strap. Otherwise about an inch and a half, 2 inches below the armpit. And then the last point is on the front of the hand between the pinky and the ring finger. I tend to like to bring my hand to my chest, but you can hold your hand out here, whatever feels best. And those are the main tapping points. So if all you take away from this video is the tapping points, or even just one tapping point, some people will really feel drawn to one point over another. You'll notice that sometimes these are points that you would naturally touch. Like some people, when they're thinking, they're tapping on their chin, or they're tapping on their lip. Or if you're having a stressful day and you're sitting at your desk and you just put your hands on your face, you naturally put your hands up here. They're points that, you know, you're drawn to. And for me, I love this hand, the side of the hand point, but for you it might be different. So if you just take away one point that you love, and when you start to feel stressed and overwhelmed and you start tapping on that point, that would make me happy. But we're going to go through the whole process of how this works. So when you are beginning with EFT, you want to rate yourself with how intense an emotion feels, or whether it's a physical sensation in your body, what your pain level is at. So if you were in no pain, it would be a 0. If you were in excruciating pain, it would be a 10. And with this example that we're going to do, we're going to be talking about feeling stuck and overwhelmed. So if you feel very stuck and overwhelmed, it would be a 10. If you don't feel stuck at all, it would be a 0. And the reason why we gauge ourselves, we give ourselves a number, is just simply so that we can have a reference point and come back to that as we go through the process to see if you feel any different. So take a moment, take a deep breath in, notice how you're feeling, notice if there's something going on in your life that you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed about, and give it a number on the scale. And before we jump into the tapping process, I do want to say that with EFT, what we do is we start off focused on the negative, move to a neutral, and then when it feels right, and only when it feels right, do we move to a positive. And the reason why this is that if you're feeling really, let's say, sad about something, and you know, there will be people who say, oh, let's just start with positive affirmations. Now, I'm not against positive affirmations in any way. I think they can be great. But if you're really feeling down and sad, it's hard to just say, I'm happy, life is great, and truly believe it. And so EFT really allows you to acknowledge how you're feeling, sit with the feeling, and then when you feel ready, move to a place of, I know it's going to be okay, and everything's going to work out, and life is going to be good again, and naturally moving in that progression as opposed to just jumping to the opposite end of the spectrum. So let's begin. And now that you have your number around feeling stuck and overwhelmed, keeping that in mind, we'll circle back to it. We're going to just come to the side of the hand, and I'm going to say a sentence, and then you can repeat that sentence. Even though part of me has a lot of self-doubt, I love and accept myself. Even though sometimes I doubt if I can achieve the goals that I've set, I'm acknowledging how I feel. Even though this self-doubt can leave me feeling stuck sometimes, I love and accept myself. And we're going to move to the top of the head. This self-doubt, eyebrow, I've been doubting myself. Side of the eyes. And I lack motivation sometimes. Which makes me procrastinate. Onto the lip. This self-doubt, These negative thoughts can start to swirl onto the collarbone. And then I start to feel overwhelmed under the arm and frustrated. And the intensity of that self-doubt starts to build. It's a nasty cycle I get myself in. Eyebrow. And I know it starts with self-doubt. Side of the eyes, that critical voice in my head. Under my eye. Judging myself. Comparing myself to others. Chin. Why do I do this? Collarbone. This self-doubt is not helping me. It's making me feel bad. All of this self-doubt is keeping me stuck. Top of the head. But I'm open for it to change. Eyebrow. I'm ready for a transformation. Side of the eye. And to release myself from this fear and self-doubt. These thoughts that circle around in my head. I'm ready to let some of them go. It's safe to let some of them go. Chin. I'm open to new possibilities. I'm ready to feel good and confident. I want to trust myself. I want to feel connected with my true self. And just let's pause there, take a deep breath in, and notice how you're feeling. Notice if there's any shift, if your mind went to any particular place, whether it's a project you're working on right now, or perhaps even a memory of something that happened a long time ago. That happens a lot with EFT. Your mind can start to go to different places, and the conscious mind will want to say, oh, well, this thought of something that happened to me when I was a kid has nothing to do with me feeling no motivation right now. But in a lot of cases, it is connected. And when that starts to happen, you can begin to tap on that specific memory and really begin to peel back the layers to get to the truth of what's going on or what's causing you to feel the way that you are right now. A lot of the time there are so many different aspects or contributing factors to the beliefs that we have now, whether it's things that we were told as a kid or experiences that we've had throughout our life. They all kind of compound and build up on each other that lead to this place of these beliefs and these feelings that we have. So be mindful of where your mind goes as we go through this practice. Maybe even take a note or two if something comes up, and then you can just continue to do the tapping on your own, tapping on that specific memory or thought. So let's just do one more round and beginning to welcome in the positive. We kind of went from focusing on the negative to a little bit more neutral and focusing on the positive. And just keep in mind that as you do this on your own, don't move on to that next stage until it feels right for you, okay? Let's come back to the side of the hand here. Even though there's still some self-doubt, I love and accept myself. Even though I know there's a little self-doubt still left, it's okay. Even though there's still some self-doubt, I know I can work through this. And I'm ready to work through this. I choose to let go of this self-doubt eyebrow. I choose to let go of this overwhelm side of the eye. I choose to let go of this stress. Under the eye. I'm on this path for a reason. I trust that. Chin. There's infinite possibility out there. And I can be confident. Under the arm. I can achieve my goals. Top of the hand. I can and I will take aligned action to move through all that I'm feeling and to let go of these limiting beliefs and these self-doubts. And then take another deep breath in and let it go. And I hope that that practice serves you well, and know that you can use EFT at any time, whether it's to simply calm you down or to work through a particular issue. You can find more out about EFT along with additional tapping videos at my website, mindshiftwithlauren.com. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care.